Okay, in this short video I want to discuss the nature of a proposal for a literary theme. So if you've followed along in the order of these videos, we've talked about what an artifact is, an aesthetic artifact, what a theme itself is. I've given you some examples of observations or elements to pursue in certain themes in Book of the Duchess and in Rasselas. And now I want to talk about what a proposal for all this is, because very often before an instructor or a teacher is going to ask you to write a theme on something, he or she may want to see a proposal. And now I'm using the word proposal very specifically, or it has a couple meanings, and I've been using it differently in different areas. But here, a proposal means an abstract of your work. And not one that you write after you finish it, but one that you write before. All right? And an abstract of your work here would be, look, let me just tell you what I'm thinking right now quickly so you can check it. I'm thinking in terms of why a teacher would ask you to write a proposal. He or she wants to make sure that your idea is worth continuing on in the investigation. So what you need to do when you write a proposal is think, I'm not writing the theme. I'm writing like, let me pretend I've already written the theme, and this would be like just a small summary of it. The trick is writing the summary first so that your teacher can check it. And that's usually what is meant when they ask for a proposal here. Now, what you should do when you provide a proposal is right out the bat identify the object you're investigating or analyzing here. So let's say if I were to write it for Chaucer's Book of the Duchess, I would say, and I plan to investigate in Chaucer's Book of the Duchess the tripartite structure, the three parallel structures of how someone grieves a loss and overcomes it. Specifically, I want to look at, and then I would list in general my areas of focus. So I want to look at Chaucer, the narrator's way of handling this. I want to look at Alcyone's way of handling this. I want to look at the Black Knight's way of handling it. So a proposal is going to say, hey, look, this is what I want. This is the theme or the question or the element that I want to examine. I'm going to first, okay, that's what it is. Okay, now I'm going to, here are some places where it shows up, and you need to prove quickly to your reader in your proposal that in fact you are able to show that it's in the text. So here is not where you bring the quotations in a full-blown, openness. Here it all is, but you need to quickly show that in fact it is there. So tell them in general where you can find it in the text. It may be just specific references, but not the quotations themselves. And then quickly end your proposal by suggesting how you're going to interpret or explain this. So see, some basic structure that has to be there in a literary theme is the existence of the thing you think is there, the element you're observing, the habit, the word, the person you're analyzing, the event that keeps on showing, or whatever. You need to establish its existence, and then you provide the explanation as to why it's there, what it's doing, what message it's conveying, however you need to do that. So, in the proposal you would end that paragraph. The proposals are usually a paragraph, or if anything, a page long. You would end it suggesting how you are going to interpret this, what conclusions you're going to draw from this. Okay, so that's really the three things that need to be there in the proposal very quickly. What you're looking at, all right. Well, what observation you think you can prove in what book or what poem or what artifact. So, basically that first is just identifying, I'm looking at this in this work, this blank X and Y, or whatever. Then the next part is going to be, here's where I think it shows up, in chapter 7, chapter 5, or in stanza 3, or in stanza 1, or when he does this, or when she does that, or when they do. So you quickly provide enough referencing to the text to show, yes, I can show that it's there. I'll show you more carefully and fully in the real paper, in the whole paper, but right now I'll just give you enough so that you can know that I know it's there. And then you end your proposal by saying, and here's probably what I'm thinking. I'm guessing at this point, I may have to tweak it in the paper itself, but I'm going to try to show or explain it this way. And you provide your hypothesis or your explanation. And for a proposal, You don't need to bring in any outside research. This is just, your analysis, your observation of the structure or the elements of that literary work. That's going to be enough. And in general, themes at this level, that's really all we're asking for. So we very much want to find a proposal first so that we can check to make sure that you're on the right track with the extended version. And I probably will ask you to write a proposal on the book or the poem that you read. So these are the things I'm looking for.